Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux and the weekly news roundup. How is everybody doing today? Alrighty, let's see who is on the line right now. We've got Bruce Scott. Hello. Wow, not a whole lot of you guys were waiting for the show to start. Alright, Bruce Scott. Hello. Is that Indiana State or Indiana, Pennsylvania? And Matthew M. from New Zealand, Auckland. Very nice. Very cool. Warner, greetings. How's it going there? Ben Fitzpatrick, hello there. Keegan, hello there. I was walking into class. I heard people complaining about Windows issues and how they're over it. And then I caught them checking out my new Switch to Linux shirt. Nice. Awesome. Hey man, just switch to Linux. I don't have to deal with that. Simple Tech, how's it going there? What's up with you? Just love them kitties and doggies. Yep, Ted G, greetings there. And Metal Lord, how's it going there? Metal Lord, are you Lord over Platinum, Gold, or all metals? I mean, I don't know. Normally I don't get to catch the live. Alright, well, we are glad you were able to catch us today, Solare. Philip Flores, how's it going there? Adudumba, how's it going? Yeah, no, Indiana, the state, or Indiana, Pennsylvania. There's an Indiana, Pennsylvania, and there's an Indiana state in the USA. Greetings from Kentucky. How's it going there? Luke Jensen, hello there. Next week, when I get money, I'll buy a Switch to Linux shirt. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I've been toying about putting up a few other designs. Maybe I should open it up and have a community design contest. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Do we have enough people in this community to do that? I don't know. DJ Ware, greetings. Oh, mostly Zinc. All right. I see. Simple Tech is working on some stuff. Had to jump on Windows for a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't had to jump onto Windows 10 in a while. I got the Windows 7 computer over here, but I don't consider that necessarily bad Windows. Hello, Sleepy. Greetings there. Just popped in to say hi. I'm out at a Moon Festival event. Don't forget to turn up your volumes. That's right. Turn up your volumes until I can get that new soundboard. Our audio's a little lighter than I would like it to be until I get a new soundboard. All right. Hello, Ricky. Greetings there. Live in Fort Wayne for a year and a half. No mountains anywhere. Oh, boy. Yep. Wife dumped me. What? All right. Are we about ready to jump on into the privacy news? Right, Kitty? No, we're not going for kitty treats, Kitty. We're not going for kitty treats. No, we're not. No kitty treats yet. We're going into the privacy news and then the business news, and maybe we'll feed you before the silly news. Maybe we'll feed you after the silly news. You'll get some kitty treats today, okay? Yeah? I'll get some kitty treats? All right. Fix PayPal error so I can delete PayPal and support you on Patreon. Quite literally. Wow. You should be able to get in there and delete. I've seen those, and I'm like, I keep on meaning to email you, like, yeah, it's kind of goofy. I need to put in another system. I hate PayPal. I'd rather not do business with PayPal, but I don't have a lot of other choices. Anyway, Anna Rita, greetings there. Gather PayPal data, delete. Tough dude, hang in there. Sorry to hear that, Ben. I did not see the context of that comment. My apologies for that, man. Be safe, I guess. Not sure Windows will become a rotten apple. It's already a rotten apple. Oh, no, it's a rotten window. It's a broken window. It's a broken window and a rotten apple. All right. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into the privacy news. What do we got? We got PIA, and we got, where's my privacy? Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition, recorded live 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, we'll go ahead and jump on into the privacy news and talking about private internet access. If you are in need of a VPN, consider using my private internet access link, tlm.li/PIA. That'll gain you access to an affiliate link, so that's a great way you can help support the channel. Also check out switchedtolinux.com/affiliates. With this, for $40, you can get 1 full year access to their servers. You can connect, 5 or 6 devices simultaneously at this point in time. They block out all these trackers and things like that. So with that being said, feel free to check out the link there, and we'll go ahead and jump on into the privacy news. So, first, California. We've been talking about Ring, I think almost every single week. There's been something about Ring for, I think, the last 2 months, maybe? I don't know. Well, it turns out that, of course, California has this new California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, and there's been a bunch of companies going in attempting to weaken the law because it basically says that a person can say, hey, you got to delete everything you have about me because I don't want you to have that data. And of course, all these big companies are jumping in going, oh no, this would be bad. This would be really, 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 really bad. I mean, it would hurt our bottom line. Oh, wait, hold on. We got to come up with an excuse that sounds good. Well, it turns out that one of the head lawmakers voting on this bill is married to a head executive at Ring. Okay, maybe it's about time to kick the person out of office. I mean, really. But it does turn out that everybody who is voting against this bill all has a lot of stock in a lot of these tech companies. Funny. Well, anyway, looking into it, so basically Amazon, who now owns Ring, has put, what's the amount? It's in here somewhere. They've put hundreds of thousands of dollars into lobbying against this bill and another bill. There's been 2 privacy bills there. And there's several different lobbyist groups all going against it because basically it says, hey, any person can get the information that you have and you must delete it upon their request. It's basically the first version of the GDPR that we have here, which I think the GDPR overall is a very good thing. We are in a dangerous world when it comes to all of this data collection and storing and all this kind of stuff. And so with all this being said, I think it's a great thing that we want to come in and say, hey, we need to have a little bit more privacy in what we are doing. And so with this, we kind of start to see, again, the dangers of lobbying. And this is why it's my firm belief that we need to just simply ban lobbying. If we ban lobbying, we've probably solved the vast majority of all of our stuff, all of our issues, all of our problems inside of the political world. Just ban lobbying. Ban it. Okay, the politicians need to come in here. They need to do the proper job to do what the constituents in their regions tell them to do. This is not them getting into office for the purpose of voting how they want to better themselves, better their companies, better their cronies. They are elected into office to do what the people who have elected them should do. And so what they need to do is go in, determine what the people want, and then do that. And if they can't do that, then they need to be completely and permanently kicked out of office. Get them out of there, put in people who will actually do what the people want. That's what the purpose of our political system is. Unfortunately, it's been completely co-opted by big business. So, let's ban lobbying as a first thing. Let's also make these term limits better while we're at it. All right, Freedom to Tinker released on this one. So this actually is a summary of a paper done by Princeton. And what they're doing here is they're looking at all of the advertising and digital tracking that is involved in the streaming type services, your box top services. We all know that the mobile phones are tracking everything we do. The computers are tracking everything we do. Computers, it's so much easier to get all those the tracking figured out. Mobile devices, it's quite a bit harder. Now, I run Lineage on my mobile device, and on Lineage, on that device, I can actually add a custom hosts file so I can get around a lot of this ad tracking nonsense. But it's very hard to do on your desktop streaming boxes. And so what this Princeton article did is they looked at Roku and Amazon Fire TV and looked at how these are measuring and collecting all of our data and collecting all this data. And so they focused on these two because these ones here do not have the large subscription services built into them necessarily, and so they make their money by selling ads. And part of that is to figure out and collect data about what people are actually watching. And so you can, of course, get all of these, all of the links here on the website at switchedtolinux.com. There will be a link for that in the description of this video. And in here is the Princeton paper. If you'd like to read all about it, you can go ahead and do that. But what they found is that Google and Facebook are the most important, like the most high priority systems, with several other ones in there as well. The information contains the video titles, the channel names, permanent device identifiers, and wireless SSIDs. Countermeasures made available to users are ineffective at preventing tracking. I'm going to give you one in a minute, though, that will. And Roku has a vulnerability. Well, maybe it will. Roku has a vulnerability that allowed malicious web pages visited by Roku users to geolocate users, read device identifiers, and install channels without their consent. That's exciting. Before you know it, never mind. We're not going to complete that. So this is a list. This one here is the various trackers in Roku. And so, of course, gaming, they have a lot of different trackers, number of tracking domains, and channel rankings. So gaming had a lot of tracking domains, movie and TVs, a lot of tracking domains, music, not a lot, religious, not a lot. Apparently nobody cares if you believe in God as long as you're playing video games and watching TV. We have some sports. Sports is less than I thought it would be. Special interest, it's pretty high. News and weather is insane. That's Roku, I'm sorry, Fire TV. So, of course, you can see very similar results. Again, music pretty low. They're not doing religious tracking. And then they have, the number one is Google, which owns doubleclick.net, Google Analytics, and then Scorecard Search. And there's just several other ones in here as well. Facebook.com is actually near the bottom of this list. I'm not sure if Scorecard or anything is related to Facebook. Not sure if any of these other ones are. Vimeo's there. That's interesting. All right. And ad IDs, channel names, serial numbers, states, zips, and identifiers, Android ID, Mac, serial number, device ID, ad ID, zip, city, Wi-Fi SSID, channel name, and state. A lot of different data is being collected by all these set-top boxes. Now, how can you get around this? If you have a way to block these network connections above the device. So this is going to mean, if in my case where I'm running pfSense, where I can add a custom block script, that's an option. If you don't do that, then you can pick up a Raspberry Pi and either run QuidSub's SnowTrack or you can run Pi-hole. Either of those are good alternatives that you can custom block all these different things, put it on your network, and it should work. Now, the only downside is sometimes if you're running an ad blockers, it will prevent any video from playing at all. That's possibly what they're doing, but it's something you can try out. So with that, that's exciting. Facebook is planning to launch its own Supreme Court for handling takedown appeals. That is right. This will cause meaningful change. So if you have a post taken out on Facebook, you can appeal it, and the appealant is going to go through a panel of people that Facebook appoints. Yeah, it's going to be objective. And Zuckerberg's like, they will be binding. I will not have anything to do with this. Who cares? At this point in time, it's going to be, something that was taken down by your underpaid people who are out in the background, offing themselves, but you don't really care because they're just like paid robots anyway. And then eventually somebody will complain, and one of those people that will complain, they'll have a post down, and then when the review board of only 40 people actually get around to viewing the thing, it's going to be something that you attempted to post 5 years ago, and by then you're going to be stopping using Facebook anyway because they're insane. So anyway, this article makes a very good point from Ars Technica, where right now they have over 40,000 contractors working around the clock. 30,000 contractors working around the clock, and they cannot keep up with all the posts. Facebook is expecting a panel of 40 people to moderate this. Something is wrong with their ever-loving minds over there at Facebook. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. And on to our feature story for the day. This is something new that iOS 13 is doing, where they're giving you privacy pop-ups anytime a background app is trying to collect certain types of information. So this is kind of a cool thing. So Apple rolls this thing out. The people who are using this platform, basically what's happening is someone's walking around, they already have iOS 13, maybe they're one of the testers for it, and then they're just like getting these random pop-ups all over the place. Facebook would like to use Bluetooth. Facebook would like to have all your data. Facebook, like this will allow Facebook to find and connect to Bluetooth accessories. This app may also use Bluetooth to know when you are nearby. Interesting. So basically Facebook's been using a lot of these background things, and Apple users have been reporting that Facebook seems to be asking for a lot of weird and random things. This is kind of like a year back when that one phone company had that novel camera that would pop up instead of having a notch in a phone, which is stupidity, or having, you know, a bevel at the top. They're like, all right, let's solve this with a pop-up camera. And then the people are like, this camera just keeps popping up. Yeah, that just means that the app is taking your picture. It's just for the first time since the camera's called, it pops up and you actually know it. Same thing's going on here. Facebook is out here collecting all sorts of data in the background. And of course, you know, they're using things like Wi-Fi, they're using things like Bluetooth. If this new Facebook dating app we talked about recently, this Facebook dating app, this requires you to have location services turned on. So much for Android coming out and saying, we are giving you better control to your privacy stuff. I mean, come on, guys. We have given you back control. You can turn off services at the app level. Yeah, if you guys remember one of the earliest tinfoil hat times I ever did, I showed you that was a sham. It was a false pretense of privacy and security because Android apps, native Android apps, would simply not work if you did not give them the permissions that they wanted. It's like, what is going on? Well, Facebook dating, if you turn off location services, it just won't work. All right, you can turn it on if you want. I mean, if you're using Facebook dating services, get a life. But, you know, with all that being said, though, these apps are doing so much more. And this is why having an app is not necessarily a thing that I think is something that we need to do. If you're using a phone, like use your phone as a phone. Use the mobile web browser for almost everything you need to do because it's kind of designed for that anyway. And avoid the apps where at all possible. That's my thoughts. Let me know all your thoughts to all these things in the comments down below. All right. There is our privacy news. All right, I'm grabbing me some tea. Know about the PayPal error. Which PayPal error is this? Continuing support just on Patreon. Yeah, I don't know what PayPal's doing on my site. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. But command line always healed my broken heart, but you always already sound like you'll be fine. Yep, still sucks though. Yep, indeed. Wife asked a couple hours ago when I would be done with homework for the night. I told her when Tom comes on. Oh, man. Maybe you should spend some time with your wife, though. I mean, really. Oh, Pizza's redesigning t-shirts. Pizza. All right. Very cool, man. Very cool. A shirt made of pizza. That's right, man. You need to license that stuff. You should be. You should run a pizza shop when you're older. Call it Pizza Lovin' Pizza. All right. Got the international transaction from Surge. I'm looking for the new computer. All right. Still cannot log in. The only way I have privacy is on the toilet and shower, and that if I lock the door. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, come on. You're not going to have that. I mean, we got smart toilets, smart showers, smart all sorts of stuff, man. We want to put sensors in cameras and stuff in your bathrooms, too. Come on. Redbubble instead of Spreadshirt. All right. Calibrating your birthday with Minecraft hardcore live stream. Oh, celebrating. Calibrating. What? Celebrating. Awesome, man. All right. Yes, happy birthday to pizza. It says up for a few more days. I'll be sometime to try and get it. All right. Should I make a Foss spot logo and then put it on a t-shirt? Sure. First time to catch your live stream. Awesome, beginner. How's it going there? Beginner lockpicking diaries. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming along. Got the ideas for logos. Already got one. Not sure how to make it with GIMP. Yeah, let me know what you have in. Yeah, shoot me some details. What you're thinking about. I'll see if I can help you out with that. Turning 14 already, man. I'm the last stream tomorrow because I won't have time Sunday or Monday. All right. Yes. I guess I got you a domain for your birthday pizza because I renewed your domain the other day. Happy birthday. Have a domain. Okay, let's see. Teachers don't, though, yeah. Unsustainable. Using Linux at 11. Nice. Enjoy your youth. When you hit 40, it's all downhill. What's up, kitty? You want to come up? Want to come up, kitty? You can come up. Come on. Come on up. Smoke and Mirrors. Hello, Dan. How's it going there? All right. So don't believe me, but instead they deactivated me for impersonating myself. Let me guess. They want your ID, right? Send us proof of who you are. Like, no. Give me my money. I have the login. Give me my money. If there's more than $100 in there, just sue them. They'll actually buckle. It's cheaper for them. First time I used it was around 16. Hated it when I was 20. Went to Linux only very suddenly. Yep. OS 13 privacy feature for those who go to my school. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Jeff Hope, thank you for that super chat. Have you ever had a live stream / video along the lines of Edward Snowden, hero or traitor? I don't think I have done a specific video. Should I do one such video? Hey, you're super chatting. I'll do a video on that topic if you want. Thank you for that. I'll get back down there in a second. Zuckerberg needs to be railroaded and go to jail. Yeah. iPhone pop-up. Facebook would like to own your children's souls. Facebook needs to die. Yes, it does. But it won't until we stop using it. The PayPal, I'm afraid to log out or I lose access again. Well, just don't keep any money in there. Oh, it's not my site or my code. Huh. News on the Free Software Foundation, MIT kicking Richard Stallman to the door. Yes, I heard about it. I have not had any issues logging into PayPal. Burn PayPal at the stake. That's right. That's right. For the issue, the guy said, reset your password. We did 3 times into the call. He was supposed to send the info to the IT guys. Yep. Some say birthday and pizza. Yes. Yes, indeed. It is pizza's birthday. So aliens are real. Of course aliens are real. I'm one of them. You didn't know I was a space alien? I'm a member of the reptilian alien race. The VPS, it expires at the end of this month. No, 30's not downhill. I'm well past 30. I'm not downhill. What's downhill is when you start rusting out because you don't work out. Get some exercise and you'll stay younger a lot longer. Dinner time. All right, pizza. Don't eat yourself. Pizza. Rest in spaghetti. Uh-oh. You're going to have to sit down there for a little bit because I'm about ready to start the next show. All right. Are we ready to start the next show? We're on to our corporatocracy news, people. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup, the business edition. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch the show live. So today we are highlighting, you can help support this channel by using a number of our affiliates. We do have Amazon. If you do any Amazon shopping, it's also at the top of the page up there. That'll just take you to the general Amazon front page. We do have some web hosting sites, A2 Hosting, SiteGround, InMotion, and DigitalOcean. We have some VPNs, Nord, and private internet access. And actually, I have some podcasting links here as well. If you're into podcasting, these are podcast hosting or podcast statistics. These are what I use podcasting with one of my other channels. Use that frequently. But with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the news. There's a new payment app for all you Gen Zers out there, you teenagers and just coming of age. We have a new app called Mitto, and it raises 2 million euros as seed money. And the task is to help get you so addicted to smartphone app payments so that you will be a man for the rest of your life. We need the sheeple are coming in, man. The sheeple are coming. So, of course, the idea here is it's like a texting. Ooh, we can send some money. Oh, mommy, I need money. And this is supposed to help teach the Gen Zers how to handle their money, and it doesn't. All it does is it teaches you to spend more, to not consider what you're spending, and just to buy on the app. Guys, this is a bad way to shop. Use cash. A card only rarely. Take some time. I made a purchase on a card the other day that I spent 3 days thinking about. We'll talk about what that was in a future show. But the reality is these apps do not actually help you. Of course, the idea is it's basically a way to give your allowance to your kid through the app. And so you can top it off for your kid and then go spend money. And then like, mommy, I'm out of money. Where'd that money go? I don't know. I'm just out of money. Give me more on the text. And then they're just like, oh, here's your money. It's supposed to teach you how to handle your money well. No, it doesn't. All it does is it makes it easy and convenient to spend more money. You want your children to learn how to spend money. You know what? Do what a friend of mine's parents did. When he was 16 years old, he had to sit down with them when they were doing their budget meetings, and he was the one that wrote out the checks. They would do their budget meetings. They would go over the finances. The 16-year-old was in the house. They'd say, all right, here's the electric bill. Here's this. They handed him the checkbook. He had to learn to write out the checks, give them to the parents to check over. Then they would sign the checks and send them out. That is how you teach your kids how to money. How did that guy's life end up? Let me tell you how. He went off to college with no student loan debt. He graduated, got married, lived in his parents' basement for 1 year because they banked nearly every penny that they had, and they went out and they dropped 75% cash down on a house at the age of 22 years old. That's how you make it with money. You got to sit down and learn how to budget. You don't attach it to apps. You don't give them all these debit and credit cards. You teach them how to actually handle money. And then you teach them what's the importance between a real expenditure and blow money. And teach them if you're going to do a little bit of blow money, just do a little bit of blow money. All right? So Mitto's coming out. I will advise you to steer clear. So lawsuit. AT&T pulled a Wells Fargo. They basically signed up a whole lot of customers for DirectTV Now without their knowledge. Or is it AT&T TV or AT&T TV Now? Or is it TT&T, AT&T, TT, ATT, Now, TT, Now, ATT? I don't know. But anyway, in this new lawsuit, AT&T apparently signed up customers for DirectTV Now without their knowledge. Same thing Wells Fargo did, gathering a bunch of these datas and then creating bank accounts with all these datas to please their managers. Very similar situation. The people were required to have a certain quota of people signing up for DirectTV Now, so to meet their quota, this guy, just check off the box. Guy creates the new AT&T account. He says, no, I don't want that DirectTV Now stuff. And they went ahead and added it anyway. And guess what? Since nobody checks their bills anyway, they just put it on auto pay and don't check their bills. And it's always paid for. It's always paid for. No one ever checks the bills. And they're paying for all this. And what I find the most hilarious is this is not the customers coming back against AT&T. This is the investors for AT&T coming back. They're saying, you guys fudged the DirectTV numbers. Now the people who did figure out they're on DirectTV Now and did not want DirectTV Now are all canceling en masse, and this caused the numbers to fall down, and now the investors are pissed off at AT&T because of all this. Yeah, this is almost why I think that our current world of all these major mergers is a bad deal. Like, okay, it was a much better world when DirectTV was its own company and AT&T was its own company and Netflix is its own company. But now when T-Mobile and Netflix have this deal together and AT&T owns DirectTV and Verizon works with Apple Music and all this kind of crap, we're getting all sorts of weird shenanigans, especially when they start putting sales numbers on the back end. Maybe at some point in time, we can actually get to the point where one company does one service. And no, you're not allowed to merge and package and discount and all this other crap. You want to give me a discount on DirectTV Now crap? Give me a coupon code to go to their business and use it. There you go. There's how you pull it off. I just find this is just like, actually, I gotta say that I at one point in time considered switching to AT&T, but because they had such a close connection to DirectTV Now, who irritated me long ago, I've never used their service, but they started calling and calling and calling and calling and calling. I just got so mad at them. I'm just like, you know what? You guys are affiliated with DirectTV. No, I'm going to walk away. Not going to bother. And so this is the type of stuff, we need to do away with all these businesses having multiple different things. I should have one business engages in one service and that's it. One business, one service, that's it. And if you sign me up for a service I didn't, I want your life. I want to come back for that little puny little guy and his boss. Let's get back 10 times what I paid for the company. I came in there to buy a cell phone service, not your crappy streaming junk. That's my thoughts on that. Hope I didn't make myself unclear. What are your thoughts on all this? Let me know down below. Now, right when we just discussed in the privacy section of the news tonight as I'm recording this, the Princeton researchers came out looking at these set-top box streaming things like Roku and Amazon Fire TV. And what they did is they looked at how many trackers and ad trackers and data trackers are put into there. Well, this is interesting because now Comcast they're so concerned with people cutting the cord and not getting these packages anymore. They're like, oh man, what do we do? Well, they're starting to build up and they're going to be releasing their own streaming service soon. But for the internet-only customers, like me, oh Lord, they're starting to offer this Xfinity Flex. They're going to give it, I think they're going to give it for free initially. This article is not particularly clear. This is actually the press release, not particularly clear. But the idea is they want to give a streaming box to the people who only have the internet in their plans so that they can basically get on and have this little set-top box thing. So let's go ahead and flip through this. Sure, let's go ahead and agree with my web browser that clears cookies every time I close. All right, 10,000 free movies and shows, a 4K UHD streaming device. And by the way, with award-winning voice remote free for internet-only customers. No, I'm sorry. If you send me one of these, I will decline your free gift. Thank you very much. Easily navigate top streaming apps, including Netflix Amazon Prime Video, HBO, Showtime, YouTube, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Peacock and Hulu. Oh boy. Peacock, by the way, that's NBC's. Guys, is anybody keeping a list of how many video streaming services we have now? We've got to be up to about 25 at this point. Features easy to access Comcast, home Wi-Fi, mobile, security, and home automation services. Yeah, I only use Comcast internet because I don't have a choice. Like, I would willingly use you for anything I did have a choice. Ooh, download the press release now. So they are giving it... they're basically giving the box out, and I believe that they will have upgraded services. They're not listing it here. Xfinity Flexbox is included along with Xfinity Voice Remote at no additional cost as part of Xfinity Internet-only subscription. Additional boxes will be available to lease for $5 a month per box. Limit of 2 boxes per customer. So they'll give you one and you can get them for $5 a month more. Now the reason they want you to have these is that through this box you can order movies. You can rent movies through the box, which admittedly renting a movie through the box is not a bad deal, except I can go into Amazon without Amazon Prime using my Amazon Cash account, paying cash for it, and I can rent a movie on Amazon. When I rent it, I think I have either 24 or 48 hours from the time I rent it. I think I have 48 hours from the time I rent it to start watching it, and then once I start watching it, I can watch it as many times as I can in that 24-hour period of time. So I can already rent movies from Amazon without this tracking device, and I can do it with cash through Amazon. That, by the way, is why I still use Amazon. Despite, yes, there's some limitations. Yes, the company does irritate me, but they actually have options that I can do with my cash account, so I don't have to give them access to cards, and I don't have to have a Prime account, and I can just grab it and stream it right from my device. That's perfectly okay because I watch most movies in my office anyway, and I can always hook up a computer to my TV if I need to do that. So let me know your thoughts on Xfinity and their junk, and do you have this? Do you want this? Do you not want this? Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, onto our feature article tonight. Uber is now using your smartphone and your driver's smartphone, the sensors inside of them, to detect vehicle crashes. If it senses that your phone sensors went all bzzz, then it's going to give you a little pop-up on your app that's like, we sense the possible accident. Go click here if everyone's okay. Click here to dial 911. Click here, click here. And this is just like, I get that this is an okay thing. But at the same token, I don't really want the app to constantly be looking at every one of my sensors. I think they said primarily it uses the driver's sensor. So yeah, it can be a good thing to call in and check and give you a quick, 911 button or whatever. So I don't really think I'm criticizing this necessarily. If you're already using Uber, good luck with you. I'm not going to be a customer of theirs. I don't recommend it. So that's actually, I'm not going to come down and say this is a bad thing. I think it's a little weird. And, but at the same token, it can be helpful in times of an accident. It could be helpful if there's an accident and everyone is unconscious for whatever reason. And the app just says, hey, we've popped this up. Not getting any response, no driver response, no passenger response, deploy somebody. That's actually an okay thing. And the fact that you don't actually have to pay extra for that, hey, I'm down with that. But anyway, Uber is checking up on us. Let me know your thoughts about that. Do you drive Uber? Do you use Uber? Do you have a concern with this or not have a concern with this? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's see. We got 3 silly articles for the day. One of them includes a kitty. Hi. Kitty's down here. He's like, what's up, yo? You want to come up? Come on. What do you think of Endeavor OS? I think that there were some limitations on Endeavor. I did a video on it recently, and I'm not remembering all of the details of the video at this point in time. So you can check my Endeavor OS video, and I'll kind of tell you the odds and ends. I think for the most part, if I remember correctly, is that the one I kind of liked, but there were some limitations to it, I think. That's the case. I don't know. Okay. Fair enough on exercise. Yep. Eating a burrito bowl from Chipotle. Ooh, nice. Chipotle's not too bad. I actually eat at Moe's. We have a Chipotle, a Moe's, and a Qdoba's. I did not like, I haven't eaten at Chipotle since all of the, they had the joint issues of the, the disease outbreaks, which was a negligence type thing, and the fact that they were caught many times in many locations systematically underpaying employees. I'm not a fan of Chipotle's much anymore. I mean, I would still eat at one if I were hungry and it were a good nearby thing because I like their food. We have a Qdoba's and a Moe's. I actually go to Moe's because I love chips and salsa, and Moe's, the chips and salsa is free. So I can get the same thing at Moe's as I can at Chipotle or Qdoba's, and it cost me quite a bit of money less. And they got some good salsas over at Moe's. Although I don't like the food as much. The food is not as good at Moe's, but the chips and salsas is just as good, if not better, and so I'm down with that. I'll deal with an okay burrito and free chips and salsa any day over really good burrito, but pay extra for the chips and salsa because I'm cheapskate. Getting healthier, I feel younger. Yes, you will absolutely feel younger the healthier that you get. Exercise gives you more energy. Yep. Fresh foods that close to the sun. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, man, if you start eating right, and by the way, it's not even just eating vegetables necessarily, but, eating real meats will also help you out a lot in that. So, like, I eat, I fast in the morning now, so I'll generally be on, like, about a 15 or 16-hour fast cycle. So I'll eat it, like, maybe around 8 or so, and then I don't eat again until, like, maybe 2. And then I'll have bacon and eggs or something like that. And I use uncured bacon. Maybe some ham steaks instead, which are really good. And then, just make a lot of your food. Like, I make about everything from scratch. And you feel so much better when you do that. It's just don't eat processed food. That's the one thing cut out. Processed food. I mean, reduce it. You don't have to eliminate it entirely. Because some of it's just so addictively good. Manufactured that way, by the way, but cut it out as much as you can. Cut out processed food as much as you can. Burrito bowls. Yummies. Gen Z are screwed. Yes. Had to cut grass for money. Yep. Keeping your money in your phone. Not very smart. Hey, man, it's a smartphone. Well, wait, hold on. Can't believe I saved money all summer just to buy a C compiler. Pre-FOSS was a dark time. You know what? That's actually, if a C compiler was free when I was in college, I probably would have switched my major and gone into programming. I loved programming. But at that time, it would have cost me several $1,000s for a C compiler. Now they're free. When I wanted money at 16, my dad said, "There's a McDonald's. Do you want me to drive you there?" Yep. Absolutely. American thugs and thieves. Yep. Steve's very own. Greetings. How's it going there? Pre-Nest generation there. Yep. I was the Nest generation. It came, I think the Nintendo came out, I was under 10, I think. Across the pond, did you and your wife move to England? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Steve's very own's across the pond. Unless you're talking about across the lake. That's a big pond too, AT&T, DirectTV does stink. They not keep pushing me to drop my paper bill and go paperless. Yeah. Tell them, all right, you don't want to send me a bill anymore? Cancel my service. There. And now we're paperless. Across the ocean is across the pond, or should have said better. No, Steve's very own is not across the ocean. No, Steve's very own is in USA. I like Ting for what I use the basic phone. It runs about $26 per month. They respect users' privacy. Very good. Yep. And before, it's a free trial, yeah. I used AT&T. They constantly harass me about DirectTV now. Oh, boy. No cable, best thing ever, more time to read and talk to wife. Yes. Yes. I am called a cord never. I have never actually owned cable TV. Yeah, they'll give it to you for free, and when you move, they'll want, when you move, they will want it back, and you won't have it, and then they'll charge you $250. Yeah. What do they do for those folks who no longer have a TV? Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I use a Roku box and Choco. Yeah, except that Roku box is the featured device in the Princeton article that's tracking everything you do. Uber thinking people don't throw their phones. That's one of the concerns. What if you drop your phone, you know? Welcome back from the Chipotle dinner. Yep. Live in a rural area. I refuse Uber. Yep. Friend was charged double by Uber and wasn't given a receipt. Oh, boy. Moses good. Went there to Universal last summer. Yes. One thing I didn't like about Moe's, they've kind of stopped it more recently. But you go in there and you tell them, I want a chicken burger. Like, oh, you mean a Joe? What do they call it? I don't know. They have cute little names for their stuff. It's like, no, I'm calling it a chicken burrito, because if I say chicken burrito, it means the same thing no matter which one of your very similar business models I go to. Don't try to get me hooked on your specific marketing, on your specific products. I've actually yelled at them before like that. It's like Starbucks. You want a venti? No, I want a large. Okay? No. I don't want anything to do with your made up crappy names. And no, those are not actual real names over somewhere else. They tried to do that, but they're actually not real. So kind of insanity. But anyway, it's like, no, it's a large coffee. Oh, you mean this? No, a large coffee. No, I'm not going to cater to your crappy marketing attempt to redefine words for me to get me addicted to your potential business. Not that I would actually buy at Starbucks anyway, but you know. Vehicle calls OnStar and knows if we are damaged. Yeah. Chipotle is garbage. Moe's is better. I'd rather eat Taco Bell than Chipotle. Hey, I like them both. Taco Bell, it's cheaper food. Taco Bell is more processed and ground up. Fresher Chipotle, Taco Bell, that's for, I want to fill up my intestines with oozy taco-y goodness. That's Taco Bell. I used to work at a Taco Bell, in fact. That was the cleanest restaurant I've ever worked in. All the restaurants I worked in, Taco Bell was the cleanest. All right, how do I get in on this underground secret Chinese taxi service? I like intermittent fasting on a low carb diet. Yep, that is it. That is it. Yep. Bacon is like a terminal disease, uncured. Yeah. Eat clean, but as a weightlifter, I need my carbs to get the most out of your ATP energy pathway. I mean, maybe. There's some argument that if you switch to straight keto, you wouldn't, but that's harder to maintain. So, yeah, if you're doing a lot of weightlifting, actually the weightlifters need a lot of protein to build up afterwards. So you do carbs on the front for the instant energy. You need protein on the back end to rebuild the muscle. But, yeah. Yeah, as long as also you're eating good carbs, not bad carbs. Making broccoli and beef for dinner. That sounds good. Side hustling for cash. Yeah, I'm selling pets to my kitty. Who wants to pet my kitty for $100? $100 for a couple pets. You get 5 minutes with the kitty. That's my side hustle. Winn-Dixie has a lot of organic food, which I love to death. Beef, but I also plant-based foods from the Morning Star and Garden. Yep. We may need to say across the wall one day. I thought the wall was just going up in the south. I don't know. Stop using my debit card at gas stations so no one can replicate my card. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I think I did. I used a credit card for gas March, I think, once. I was taking a long trip, wanted to fill up the car. Just, I don't know. Install a Wi-Fi driver RTL 8188 in Debian 10, but could not. That is a very hard brand of wireless driver to install. There might be some help forums onto it. See if you can find anything, but that is a very difficult Wi-Fi driver to install. Wife is saying good night. Well, good night, Anna Rita's wife. Tired, see, she went night-night, but she's a fan of Tom, so go figure. Yeah, I'm just being boring today, I guess. Taco Bell is gourmet food to me and my mother. All right. Go to Aunt's house in Mexico and get real Mexican food. There you go. Like, I like American Chinese food, but I've had... I did some youth group work with Chinese church, where it was all of the adults only spoke Chinese. The kids were the only ones that spoke English too. So I was doing work with their group, and we'd have our Bible studies on Fridays, and then we'd go into the fellowship hall or whatever for the after service fellowship time. And I was like, I will try anything at least once. Just don't tell me what it is until I eat it. And I've had some real authentic Chinese food. I am not a fan. Not a fan. I was like, I'm eating soup. Something with tentacles floats up to the top. Okay. Okay. What did I just eat? Oh, that was octopus in there. Oh, okay. I've eaten octopus. Good to know. I ate real authentic sushi once, not the fake stuff that you get at your little Americanized hipster bistro. Like, we're talking real stuff. Oh, I hate fish, consequently. That was like real raw fish. I think I ate it like a Tylenol. It went down fast. I'll tell you, I've eaten raw bugs. I enjoyed the raw bugs more than I enjoyed the real sushi. I will tell you that. And they were fresh raw bugs. They weren't it was crawling around, and it was one of those cicadas. We have the big cicadas. One of the big cicadas, you crush its head so it doesn't wiggle its mouth, and, start flapping its wings in your mouth. You crush its head. Those are better to me than sushi. Just an FYI. Old songs on GBH. Heard a comment from you. Like GBH also. It is then white bread. Okay, you need the carbs. This is kind of the problem. White bread's not going to be bad. White bread is better than wheat bread, actually. Wheat bread, more often than not. So wheat bread has a higher glycemic index than pure sugar. So it puts sugar in your body faster than sugar does. And it has... the components in it actually strip nutrients out of the body. It's actually not healthier for you. It's better to get your fiber from raw vegetables instead of from wheat sources. Get white bread instead of wheat bread, and then get your fiber from your vegetables. Wheat bread itself generally leaches nutrients out of your body, but vegetable fiber does not have a tendency to do that. We're going to 8-bit version of the logo. Very nice. First 4 GBH albums are classics. Say the 80s was fantastic. There you go. I suggest which Wi-Fi adapters I can easy to install. Avoid RTL, and you are going to have some problems with some Broadcom drivers. Everything other than that should install perfectly fine. So like Intel Wi-Fi adapters are going to work perfect. Most of your Broadcoms these days are working perfect, but with Debian 10, you'll probably still need to install the non-free repos. So if you can do an Intel wireless adapter, that's going to work for you. I don't know which other brands are out there. Those are just the ones I've used. Gotta go getting ice cream, being spoiled with food. All right, pizza, have fun, man. Chinese is gross. The only good Chinese is mom's beef stir fry. Yeah. It's terrible. I can see that. Free speaker. I don't want a ton of experience with Wi-Fi adapters. Always had success with TP-Link. Okay. So TP-Link, there you go. Good sushi has no fishy taste. You bugs, you eat bugs, Tom? Wait till I tell the wife you don't fan these bugs. Hey, we had a cicada outbreak. We were at camp one day. I think I have video of it somewhere. Should I track down the video of me eating a bug? I think I can find it. What year was that? I think that was 2008 or 2009, right? Let me get into my NAS here. Mr. Nass, let me in. I want to say it was 2008, and let's see which one this is. I don't think it was 2008. Let me try 2009. Is it this one? Nope. Man, am I going to be able to find it? 2010. Let's get... No, I don't think it was 2010. Give that a try, though. No, I don't think it's 2010. Huh. I want to say it's 2008. All right, I'm going to browse my 2008 folder again. If it's not 2008, then we'll skip it. I think I found it. I think I might have found it. Hold on. No. Oh yeah, there we are. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it, people. Where's my desktop view? Desktop view. There we are. All right. Are we ready? This is me eating a bug. So these are cicadas. They're quite big. Yep. Yeah, they're... Actually, there's no audio here, but it's like, yeah, it's really not bad. It kind of tastes like popcorn and peanut butter. So yeah, there's me eating a bug. All right. Italian Commander was also an entomology professor. We would always get invited to the bug buffets. I'd always say no thanks. No, that was before I was an alien. What a lovely cat. Well, hello. Thank you, Mia. Mio. How's it going? NAS. What people from the Midwest use for street racing. Bo said Joshua ate locusts very often. That was John the Baptist. He ate locusts and wild honey. Yep. Let's go watch YouTuber from this channel, Bits and More by Renee Reby, compiling the Linux kernel with LLVM Clang. Yep. Homeless, I ate rats and pigeons. Yeah, that happens. Great cook, especially Polish, but her chow mein was not good. Keep straw and meat. Well, if you stick to the end of the show, we'll feed the kitty. You get the chance to see the kitty eat. Yes, right. It's your favorite part of the show, huh? Your favorite part of the show. Maybe we should feed him now. Should we feed him today before we jump into the silly news? No one mentions the extreme kitty. Yep. You know. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do our last section, which is going to be our silly news. Where is my crazy? There it is. Whoa. Apparently my camera moved. There we are. See that lovely sheet over there, right? Hey, kitty, leave my camera alone. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Here, I'm going to put you down. And then you can come right back up when it's time to eat, okay? Oh, you don't want to go? He's like, dude, I don't want to go anywhere. All right, fine. You can stay here. Just leave my camera alone, all right? All right, let's go ahead and dive on in here. Should I record this? Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and record it. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the crazy edition, like things that make you go, what? I'm telling you, what? So anyway, you can join the live show at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So apparently knives made of frozen feces don't make the cut, disproving the well-known legend. I have never heard of this legend. So, the knives simply melted upon contact, leaving behind streaks of melted pooies. So, famed anthropologist Wade Davis inadvertently created an academic urban legend with his account of an elderly Inuit man in the 1950s who fashioned a knife out of his own frozen feces and vanished into the Arctic. That's the conclusion of a new study by the experimental anthropologists at Kent State University. Let me tell you something. If my tax dollars went to fund this study, I might just have to go down and start picketing Washington myself. Come on. We have hungry people and the government's throwing money at feces studies. But I don't know. Maybe we might have to look at the study itself to actually determine that. But anyway. They fashioned their own blades out of frozen pooies for science and then tested them on pig hide, muscle, and a tendon under ideal conditions. The knives failed every test. This is the world we live in, people. This is why I joined the reptilian alien race, to get away from all y'all crazy humans. Because y'all are freezing your poo. What is this, Mr. Hanky the Christmas Butcher? I mean, really? He recounted in his book, Shadows of the Sun, the Inuit man's family had taken away his tools in vain to attempt to persuade him to leave the ice and join him in their settlement. Undeterred, the man stepped out of his igloo, defecated, and honed the feces into a frozen blade, which he sharpened with the spray of saliva. With the knife, he killed a dog, using its rib cage as a sled and to hide the harness under another dog. He disappeared into the darkness. Good! We don't need more people like that roaming around society. This is named Kyle. I mean, really? So, with that... I'm telling you. So, yeah, anyway, so these scientists, research scientists, apparently made some pooey knives. Oh, we have a slideshow, people. Isn't this exciting? So they made their knives, and then they attempted to cut stuff with their knives, and all that happened is they left behind streaks of pooey. It did not take a research scientist to tell you this. Really, it did not take a research scientist to tell you this. All right. I should have put that article last. All right. Nextdoor's new kindness reminder wants to stop neighbors from being so mean. Yes, this is a social media app for your neighborhood. Let me tell you something. If I were to go talk to my neighbor, I waltz on down and knock on the door. Actually, I knock on the neighbor's window. But, you know, they have the doorbell there, but the window's a little bit louder and she's a little hard of hearing. So she prefers to knock on the window if I'm going to say hi. Hey, we swing by and I say hi. We might grab a cup of coffee, might chat for an hour, and then come back home and get a little bit of work done. Maybe I want to talk to the other neighbor, you know, wait until they're outside. You know, I got a guy on either side of me, they take their dogs out. So we stop and chat when they take the dogs out. I need a social media app to talk to my neighbors, people. I mean, really. I don't need a social media experiment to talk to their neighbors. But anyway, the Nextdoor, the social media app for your neighbors, which apparently you can leave comments on. Well, now, if you're putting in something that somebody has flagged as potentially being mean or something like this, the app will say, hey, this type of thing, this type of comment was kind of seen as rude before. Would you like to rephrase your comment? So now the app is telling us to be kinder to our neighbors through the social media app. People, delete the social media app. Please, just delete the social media app. I mean, honestly. So with all that, the app uses machine learning to analyze previous comments that have been flagged for containing offensive content. The company adds that the feature will coexist with the service's existing human moderation tools. That's all I need. Some contractor somewhere else in the world having a look at the conversations between me and my next door neighbor through the internet-based application. This is how bad our society has gotten, people. I mean, really. And finally, PetCube 2. PetCube has so this is a little cube with a camera with a 180 view, and it has a little laser pointer in it. So the thing will be programmed out to up to 4 or 5 times an hour, start triggering this laser pointer to go over and capture poor kitty's attention, and then start playing with it, and then it records it. Of course, the camera can record some data on the servers, send it all up onto their cloud application, so their company now has access to everything you're doing. Of course, this camera costs $200, but for the subscription services, you can actually have the ability to keep even more stuff in there. So there's the laser pointer playing with the kitty. Now, the people said that the laser pointer in this is actually a very weak laser pointer, even compared to the cheap things you find next to the checkout counter. And so it's actually kind of hard to see. But nevertheless, I guess it does an okay job in some cases. If you subscribe to their subscription service for either $4 a month or $47.88 per year, that service will give you the ability to store more footage, or you can go for the premium, which is $8.25 a month or $99 a year to have a camera that watches your cat. Check, please. I want out of the human race. All right, there's that. Oh, kitty, it's about time. It's about time, buddy. Come on. It's about time. It is about time, buddy. We're going to feed the kitty now, so leave us your comments. We'll wrap this guy up. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall, buddy. Yeah. It's time for some kitty treats, huh? Yes, it's time for some kitty treats. Time for some kitty treats. Oh, boy, kitties. Oh, boy. Okay. Stick your paw in there. Stick your paw in there. Oh, I gotta go this way. Stick your paw in there, buddy. Nope, stick your paw in there. People like that paw. There you go. Get us some paw action going, huh? There you go. Got one? Get it. Get it. Get it. Yeah, you got it. Good job. And here's the next one, right here. Yes, and let's do one more for this camera right here. Right here, buddy. That's it. We're not going to drop them today, okay? We're not going to drop them today. You will not get bonus treats because I dropped my kitty treats. Yes. Huh. Yes. No bonus treats. No bonus treats today. All right? There you go. Huh. But if you do want your kitty pad, want your kitty pad? Here. There you go. Have your kitty pad. All right, that's a cat pad, not a mouse pad. By the way, you can pick up that Switch to Linux mouse pad at shop.switchtolinux.com. By the way. All right. Many times our dinner was scrambled eggs with a side of Campbell's baked beans. You were lucky when you got that one little piece of bacon. Oh man, I should have you over for my baked beans. They're good. I don't make them a lot because, man, baked beans they fill me up too much, and I have a tendency to eat too many of them, and then, that stinks. Now, one of my favorite authors eats bugs. There you go. The Alaskan pipeline comes to mind. The guy drove his SUV into the Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg, Illinois today, running into shops and kiosks. Wow, that's exciting. Pixar didn't happen, I guess. I'm sure I'll find them, though. Okay. Bowel movement now has become science research. CJ, my application... is ready. Beam me up. Hey, Kitty, are you taking more applications? Are you? Are you? He's like, no. Ew. One crappy experiment. I hate crappy knives. An app to meet neighbors. Just open the door and talk. No app needed. Wait till the Internet of Things. Yeah. The global brain. Is a cat, for God's sake. Yes. Yes. Don't feed the cat bugs. Oh, he's eaten 4 of my friends named Bob. If I find a spider in the house, I generally leave it alone. But any spider that's on the ground level, cat comes up and eats it. I'm sitting there talking to Bob, and you come up and eat Bob. That's right. What did Bob ever do to you? He's just like, deal with it, yo. Oh, boy. Tom and your smart privilege. How about if you have a brain at all, we suffer? What? I'm drinking to RMS and trying to invoke Rust from a pure Python core. That is suffering. There you go. Do you recommend an American preacher nowadays? I like to listen to sermons from Charles Stanley. He is in touch from In Touch Ministry. Yeah, well, avoid his son, Andy Stanley. The pastors I like to listen to the most, John MacArthur. I like some Ravi Zacharias, although he's all over the place. I like Erwin Lutzer quite a bit. R.C. Sproul is good. Of course, he just passed away a couple years ago. As far as younger pastors, I'm sure there's some decent ones out there, but man, the pickings are getting pretty slim out there. There's a few that seem to have had some good starts, and then they end up doing weirdness. And I'll tell you, I would do John MacArthur, R.C. Sproul, Erwin Lutzer. You can get all their stuff for free on their respective websites. You can get video and audio, at least in the case of MacArthur and Lutzer. So Lutzer is moodychurchmedia.org. Sproul is ligonier.org, and MacArthur is gty.org. So that's where I would go. Any sort of intelligence is smart suffering, not smart privilege. We have to deal with stupidity every day. Yes. Beans, my wife kicks me out of the bedroom and gives me a spray. Smart privilege. I will go insane. Oh boy, do I really need to go insane right now? Can I start page it instead? I only see one link specifically to smart privilege, and that is from Urban Dictionary. Let me spell privilege right, though. See if that works. There's HBC Smart Privileges. Smart Privilege Debit Card. Is that what we're looking for? HSBC Smart Privileges from... That's stupidity, borrowing from a corrupt bank. Simple Tech, you're going to have to send me what I should be looking for, because all I'm seeing under Smart Privilege is a few little banking things, odds and ends. So shoot me what you're looking for. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this edition of the news. I'll try and get the first section, the privacy section, out here shortly. And then the other two I'll scatter out through the rest of the weekend. And we will be doing a video tomorrow. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but we will do something tomorrow. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.